Yeah, no need for introduction. Stig, obviously you're here to support the whole rap thing today. What's been happening, man?
We're getting drunk. It's an everyday thing, it's a lifestyle choice. I got Tony Madness is staying at my yard, so I just come down to cheer him on, really, to get drunk again. But,
yeah. So what you been working on music-wise?
Right now I'm like doing a bunch of dubstep stuff. Like I'm a hip-hop head and like I love that, but I'm also starting to get into a lot of dubstep at the moment, so just kind of experimenting, working without putting some free dubs out at the minute. www.stigofthedubuk.bandcamp.com. You can go there, download it for free. I just released the Mood Swings LP about 4 months ago, so just about to check the first quarter. Just got the first quarter sales figures back. Just need to find out what they are. I'm pushing that hard. Same thing every day, really, getting drunk and trying to make new music, keeping the product going.
So, Stig, what do? You work independently, or?
I'm signed to an independent label called Lewis Recordings. There's a guy called Edan from the States. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's on the same label. So it's all still very, it's no big budgets. It's not like crazy advertising campaigns and marketing schemes. So it's still very much homegrown and like, doing most of it myself, but fortunately somebody else pays for the pressing, which is the hardest part for me.
I got a question for my man. Listen, I heard the Mengi Bus mixtape, mate. You smashed that shit. I loved that verse on there, you know what I mean? That was crazy. What was that like? Like, how did that happen?
The track with RA or with Jest?
The whole thing.
Well, I know Jest well. Like I used to live with him for a minute, like just for like a stopgap when he was between two spots. Yeah. So I've known him for a few years. He asked me to contribute something towards that. Yeah. And RA the Rugged Man came over for a few shows in Brighton and in London with a crew called Beer and Rap, which is a label I used to run with. They're still my people, but they don't put music out anymore. So when he was over here to do a show, the guy who runs it just put it to him, look, why don't we do a collab? And he was on it. I've toured with him in Britain, in England twice. I played in Germany with him. Like I've done a bag of shows with the dude, so I kind of got a bit of a rapport. And he was on it, so we just got in the studio. And then off the back of that, we spoke to Jest about a possibility of a remix, which he happily jumped on, and that's what ended up on the Mengi Bus mixtape.
I've got one last question. It's a bit of a, I'm sure you've been asked this many times, but I'd like to know personally.
Okay.
What artists have inspired you? Regardless, I'm not asking what hip-hop artists have inspired you. Artists of an entire genre, because music is music.
Bro, yeah, like to be honest, I wouldn't even limit my inspirations to music, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
I get inspiration from all over, you know what I mean? I quite like, it depends, because you know what I mean? I quite like, you know who Ridley Scott is, the director who did like Alien and stuff like that. I quite like that gnarly shit, so sometimes I get into that whole, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Dystopian, like deserted future shit. I like, music-wise, I listen to everything from dancehall to rock to dubstep to hip-hop. Hip-hop artists I tend to listen to from the UK, Dabbler, undoubtedly one of my favourite MCs from London too. A group called the IRS, and a guy in there called King Kyle. Fortunately, most of these dudes are my friend. Will Jest, like he's top boy. In America, people like Guilty Simpson, Sean Price, Redman is one of my favourite rappers of all time.
If we go back further than that.
I grew up listening to like Run DMC, Ultra Mag. A little later on, you're talking like Nine, Busta Leaders, the New School, and I don't believe in boxes and sticking to other people's definitions of what hip hop is. But ultimately, you need to understand your art form. You know what I mean? When I was obsessed with it as a kid, I still am. I'm still totally obsessed with it.
At the end of the day, it's all about lyricism. And when you go lyricism, you're talking about people like Bob Dylan.
Everybody. You know I mean? Bob Dylan's dog. There's a guy called Daniel Johnston who's he's incredible. Mate, honestly, like my iPhone right now has got like, I was listening to Capleton on the way here. I'll probably listen to fucking Cancer Bats, which are a hardcore rock band, on the way home. You know, dubstep. I got boys who produce drum and bass. I listen to a little bit of that. Hip hop is my main music, and it's definitely my first passion. But music is what I'm obsessed with. Yeah. Like I was talking about it with my girl the other day. It's like, would you rather go blind or would you rather go deaf? You know, it's a stupid question.
No,
blind or deaf? I go blind in an instant. I could deal with never seeing anything again. I could not deal with never hearing
So I
music.
can listen to music.
Exactly, man.
Respect, Stig.
Bless, man. All day, every day. Give me fucking music. Fuck off and die twice.